This episode, we talk relationships and how to overcome your fear. Check it out. What's up, everybody? This is MVDB, Natural Warrior Tribe, and today I've got something really special for you guys, especially for those people that are afraid and that have anxiety to do a certain thing. Right? There's a feeling that is holding you back. You know that is what you have got to do, but something's holding you back. What is that? By the way, recording on Periscope. So for everybody, wants to go through the process, wants to see me record these videos, follow me on Periscope from now on. I'll mostly post it online. Anyway, so this video I want to get across and give you some action steps that you can do to get over that fear, to get over that anxiety, and to really do the stuff, right? And there's three things that you've got to do. Now let's get something practical. Let's say there's a certain job you want, and there's this important person, there's a CEO or an investor that you got to approach, or for those of you who want to have a relationship and who don't like who want to approach a certain girl but you don't dare. So okay, here's the thing. There's always a certain amount of things that have to happen if you're not confident enough to go do it. First and foremost is, how's your awareness of yourself, right? What are your strengths? And really to be aware of yourself, to know what you're good at. How's your body language? How is your tone of voice? What kind of stuff do you say? How do you look? Are you an open person, or are you more introverted? All those things you got to be aware of first. So that's why always meditation and relaxation comes into place every single time. I mean, even if you don't have to approach something or don't have to overcome anxiety or fear, it's always great to know, what it is, what your awareness is of yourself. Now, when you know that and you've written that down, that's the next part, is that, let's say you want to approach that girl and you don't know what to say, right? So, okay, dude, just before you approach her, just write some stuff down that you can think about, right? For instance, a characteristic, is she wearing glasses? Is she wearing certain, shoes? Something that pops up in your eye, right? It doesn't really always matter. It doesn't really always matter what you say. It's more of how you say it, right? And the fact that you have confidence, that you're confident enough to go out there and really talk to her, him. I'm always saying her, but it can definitely most certainly be a him. And that's why there's a third part to the first, to being aware of yourself, and that is visualization. You're aware of yourself. You know what your strengths are, right? And you know what you're gonna say. Well, third part is first visualize. Visualize that part. Sit back, like 5-10 minutes. Take time to sit back and really see you approaching that investor, see you approaching that girl, and what you're saying, how you act, how you feel, the things you say, the things she says. Really constantly imagine that conversation, right? Now, second part is commitment, right? And this is where we fail most of the time. We don't commit, right? It's all about, what, I will do that tomorrow. No, man. Get a date, set a date and really do it. And I mean, commit, burn your ships, as they say, right? Like Montezuma did when, they were trying to conquer Mexico. No, it was not Montezuma, it was Cortez. Cortez, burned his ships. So his soldiers, they didn't have time, or they didn't have any options anymore of getting back. So they had to attack. They had to get into there. And you know what? Guess what? Guess what? They conquered Mexico, man. So, commit and just do it, because there will always be certain beliefs. There will always be certain beliefs that will hold you back. But you just got to commit. When you are aware of yourself, when you have written down everything in detail, and you visualize, there's nothing that can hold you back, right? There's that confidence. So commitment. Third is action, and that as well, like commitment is where many people in the last minute say, no, I'm not gonna do it. Guess what? You're never gonna know what the answer was. Never. And even if you fail, man, you've got to embrace failure. I mean, for those of you on Periscope, say if you agree. I mean, just hit me back, right? Failure, you got to embrace failure, because otherwise you just don't know what your mistakes are. And that is a huge part of becoming aware of yourself. And that is taking action and failing, right? So at least then you'll have feedback. But guess what? Most of the time, if you've done those steps that I've told you, right, and you've taken it too hard, you take action, first times you will probably fail. Embrace it, write it down, get a journal and say, okay, this I did wrong, and it didn't really happen as I expected, and maybe I can do this next time. If you're serious about it, that's what you do. That's commitment, man. So, and guess what? In the keep going, and you will hit it. You gotta have thick skin. That's what they say. You gotta have thick skin and keep on going. There's nobody just that had success overnight. It's all about putting in the work, about committing, about planning, and just doing the stuff. And you will feel, you will see more and more opportunities opening up, and believe me, you will start to feel like a success. That's what builds your confidence, right? From courage to confidence. Courage you got to use for commitment, and the confidence comes of doing action and taking it every single time, right? So go out and do it, and hit me back. See if there's any relationship coming forth from these videos that I make, or an investor, or if you got that job because of it. I sincerely hope so. All right, this was MVDB. This was episode 5 or something of MVD Speaks, and hope you enjoyed it. Hit me back, share, like, and peace, y'all.